The richest hill on earth, Butte, Montana. Welcome to Butte, the richest hill on earth. Every year, Butte, Montana becomes a fascinating destination for around 35,000 curious visitors, captivated by its rich mining history and intriguing stories. The town's unique heritage draws history buffs and adventure seekers alike, eager to explore what this remarkable place has to offer. As I arrive in Butte, Montana, I find myself surrounded by echoes of its vibrant mining past. It all began in 1864 when the first glimmers of gold caught the attention of eager prospectors exploring the creeks. While many came seeking their fortunes in gold, they soon uncovered treasures beyond their wildest dreams: silver and eventually copper. It's easy to see why Butte earned the nickname the richest hill on earth. I can't help but notice the 14 historic headframes, often referred to as gallows frames. These remarkable structures serve as a testament to the industrious spirit of the 1800s and early 1900s. They tell the story of how Butte embraced its reputation, showcasing the incredible resources that built its legacy. By 1867, an astonishing 75,000 ounces of gold had been mined, sparking a frenzy among prospectors eager to find the silver-rich veins that adorned Butte Hill in the early 1870s. Then everything changed with the groundbreaking discovery of copper in 1881, propelling Butte into the spotlight as a significant player in the U.S. copper market by the early 1890s. The Stewart Mine in Butte is one of the city's oldest and most storied underground mines, rich in copper, silver, and history. It's a site that speaks to Butte's industrial rise, its immigrant labor force, and the architectural legacy of William A. Clark. In 1877, founded by John Marshall Stewart, a Missouri native, the depth reached 4,400 feet, making it one of Butte's deepest mines. Acquired by William A. Clark in the early 1880s, later sold to the Anaconda Copper Mining Company in 1910. Production was known for copper and silver, with some zinc. The Mountain Consolidated Mine, known locally and affectionately as the Con, is one of Butte's most iconic and emotionally resonant mining sites. It's not just a shaft in the ground, it's a mile-high, mile-deep symbol of labor, legacy, and the copper veins that once powered a nation. Founded in 1886 and originally called the Mountain Consolidated Mine, reached a depth of 5,380 feet, making it the deepest mine on Butte Hill. The nickname Con was adopted because many immigrant miners had difficulty pronouncing Mountain Consolidated. One of the key locations in Butte's history was the original mine, patented by the visionary William Clark, not to be confused with the other William Clark, in 1878. This marked the beginning of a new era for the city. By the late 1890s, the original mine was employing over 300 workers, highlighting its importance to both underground and surface operations. The history of Butte is not without tragedy. Two significant mining tragedies stand out, one profoundly human, the other a stark reminder of environmental impact. The Granite Mountain Mine and the Berkeley Pit are located just a short walk apart. From the Granite Mountain Memorial to the Berkeley Pit, a striking reminder of both human loss and nature's struggles. These sites are integral to Butte's rich history. They serve as important reminders of our past and the lessons we can learn for a sustainable future. The Granite Mountain disaster is now honored by the Granite Mountain Memorial Overlook. Here in this calamity, 168 miners tragically lost their lives in a fire in 1917, a heartbreaking moment that still resonates through Butte's community. Granite Mountain Memorial Overlook, Butte, Montana. The overlook faces the mine head frame, allowing to stand in a place where history unfolded and where grief still lingers. Every year, the community comes together on June 8th for an annual remembrance to honor the 168 lives lost in a tragic mining accident. Heartfelt farewell notes, preserved from the trapped miners, resonate deeply, and the fire that ignited on June 8th, 1917, marked a significant turning point in labor history and the formation of unions. Hollow ground beautifully embodies the resilience of the human spirit amidst adversity. It stands as a powerful tribute to both the bravery of those who perished and the strength of the survivors. At the time of the Granite Mountain Speculator mine disaster in 1917, Miners from over 30 countries were working in Butte's copper mines. The workforce was incredibly diverse, drawn by the promise of steady wages and the booming copper industry that powered World War I. Countries represented included Ireland, Italy, Finland, Serbia, Croatia, Greece, China, Japan, Mexico, Canada, and many others from across Europe and Asia. In the hours and days following the Granite Mountain Speculator mine disaster in Butte, families gathered outside the mine, desperate for news. Mothers, wives, children, and neighbors stood vigil, hoping their loved ones would emerge from the smoke-filled shafts. The scene was one of anguish and quiet endurance, as the community waited through 5 days of firefighting and rescue efforts. One miner's note, written in the dark, read, "Goodbye, dear wife and children. We tried to build a bulkhead, but the smoke came in too fast." These messages were later displayed at the memorial site, offering a haunting glimpse into the Berkeley Pit, Butte, Montana. The Berkeley Pit is one of the most historically significant sites in the American West. This former open-pit copper mine was once part of the largest copper mining operation in the world. Now it's filled with toxic water and considered one of the largest EPA Superfund sites in the country. The water is so contaminated that noise cannons are used to prevent birds from landing, as contact can be fatal. The Berkeley Pit is a fascinating, though cautionary site in North America, known for its striking colors that range from reddish-brown to deep copper green, which change with the light and seasons. Once an open-pit copper mine, this remarkable area extends nearly a mile in length and plunges 1,800 feet deep. Since mining ceased in 1982, groundwater has transformed the pit into a unique lake filled with highly acidic water. This water is rich in heavy metals, including arsenic and copper, and the site has been designated as a Superfund site, underscoring the significant efforts needed for environmental restoration. The Berkeley Pit has been a challenging situation, particularly for birds, as highlighted by the loss of 342 migrating snow geese to harmful toxins. However, there's a silver lining. Thanks to innovative solutions like propane cannons and predator sounds, we're actively working to protect our wildlife. This experience serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of learning from our past. Together, they are dedicated to fostering a healthier ecosystem and creating a brighter future for all living beings. Let's continue this vital journey to safeguard our environment. The Berkeley Pit cleanup is a major commitment to restoring one of the largest Superfund sites in the U.S., with over $110 million invested so far. This long-term effort involves pumping and treating over 30 billion gallons of acidic, metal-laden water to protect Butte's groundwater and nearby creeks from contamination. Under the Superfund law, CERCLA, responsible parties, including ARCO, now a BP subsidiary, and other mining companies are required to fund the cleanup. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, oversees the process to ensure compliance with federal standards, stepping in if necessary. EPA oversight. The Environmental Protection Agency enforces the cleanup and ensures the work meets federal standards. If the responsible parties fail to act, the EPA can step in and seek reimbursement. No taxpayer burden. The goal is to avoid using public funds unless no viable responsible party exists. In Butte's case, the companies are footing the bill. Responsible parties pay, under the Superfund law, CERCLA, companies that cause the contamination are legally obligated to fund the cleanup. In this case, ARCO, now a BP subsidiary, and 5 other mining entities agreed to cover the costs. EPA. The water is intriguing, colored by heavy metals like copper, iron, arsenic, and zinc that leach from the rock in a fascinating process known as acid rock drainage. As these metals interact with sunlight, they create stunning rusty reds, metallic greens, and rich browns on the surface. On sunny days, the vibrant contrast between the blue Montana sky and the emerald green water is truly a sight to behold, almost surreal. The viewing chamber is operated by local volunteers and educators, often affiliated with pitwatch.org. While the EPA and Montana DEQ oversee the environmental safety of the pit itself, the chamber is more about public education and transparency. You can visit the Berkeley Pit, but you must remain on the designated viewing platform. The platform is secure, so you won't be exposed to the toxic water or fumes. Direct contact with the pit is not allowed. Instead, you will observe from a distance with interpretive signs providing information about the site's history, geology, and environmental impact. The Berkeley Pit Viewing Chamber features a short above-ground walkway that leads to a covered viewing platform on the southwest rim of the pit. Visitors walk a short distance from the entrance to the platform. Butte, Montana, affectionately known as the richest hill on Earth, has an incredible legacy, contributing approximately $48 billion in mineral wealth throughout its mining history. At the heart of this fortune is copper, accompanied by silver, gold, zinc, and molybdenum. From 1887 to 1916, Butte astonishingly produced over 5.4 billion pounds of copper, about one-sixth of the world's supply. This remarkable output was instrumental in creating telegraph lines, bolstering wartime industries, and playing a crucial role in electrifying America. Montana's rich copper deposits have truly energized both industry and daily life. Just imagine, one piece of Berkeley pit ore could transform into kitchenware gracing homes nationwide, or even telegraph wires connecting vast expanses.